Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first official episode of That One Thing. My name is Carina Chieffalo, and it is a pleasure to have you on today. This podcast is brought to you by RMK Productions Network, 10 Entitled Podcast Network, and RMK Production TV. Through the power of voice, our mission is to uplift, inspire, and share stories and experience using the framework of teaching, learning, and modeling. Our purpose is hope, helping people every day. So guys, welcome. I hope everybody's having a great day. I am excited to start this. We are going to get into some deep stuff, surface stuff, and everything in between. So a little bit about me. I'm gonna go into a little bit of my background just so you guys get to know me a little bit, and then we're gonna go into the goals and what we have for our audience that will help them, in a meeting, in an office setting, in an athletic field, in a school, anything. We're gonna try to motivate and inspire you guys a little bit and find your one thing that keeps you grounded. All right, so let's get into it here. So a little bit about me. Let's start all the way back at grade school. Let's start there. So I went to Catholic grade school, and then I transitioned up to public middle school and then Catholic high school. So almost all my life, I've been in the uniform setting, the concrete, go to class, and then you get your sports practice, and then you go home and you do homework, and that constant cycle. But being in that Catholic school setting, I feel like it gave me a set of values that, I didn't know I had. So consistency, for one, is, wearing the uniform. And I know for anybody out there that goes to Catholic school right now, or any school with a uniform, it's actually pretty nice. It's nice to not have to, know what you have to wear all the time, like colleges. This is crazy for me that I'm wearing a t-shirt right now in school, which is awesome. But yeah, so I grew up in a Catholic family. I've been around both public school and Catholic school children, and I've learned totally different sides of an environment. So when you get in Catholic school, it's almost like, I don't know, it's very regimented. When you get to public school, it's almost like you're meeting so many different people with so many different backgrounds, and it's a beautiful thing. It truly is. So that was one of my first ever experiences of meeting people that were different from me, right? So getting into differences, when I was in Catholic high school, I realized that I was gay. I'm part of the LGBTQ community. And, that was a very challenging experience for me, just being, an athlete and also a student, hearing things that were said or, believing it wasn't true and everything like that. It really challenged me, and it really helped me develop a set of values that I did not know I had. So let's dive into that a little bit more here. So when I was about in the 8th grade, probably about 13 or 14, I realized that I was, a little different from the rest. Now, I've always been an extroverted kid. I've always, loved to meet new people, but it was scary to me thinking that I might be an outsider. I might be the outlier in the group. Going to an all-girls Catholic high school, it presents some challenges naturally, just, being in a setting where you don't know how they would react. You don't know how people will react to something like that, especially with the religion being so, sacred and serious. So I came out to some friends and family, and you know what? It provided me with an outlet. At first, going through my 2 years of high school, I was basically just talking to myself. I didn't really have anybody. I had one friend that I could go to, but it really helped me develop some core values, but it also hurt me in a way because I did not have that outlet. I didn't have a place to almost exhaust my thoughts that I was feeling. I really turned to the gym. And I turned to sports. I turned to my academics. I put my head down in a book and I forgot about everything external that was happening to me, with my sexuality. And that was a big struggle for me because I didn't even see what was going on. I got to the point where I'd be working out for 2+ hours and I didn't even see the effects it was having on me psychologically, right? So realizing that, coming out, being happy with who I am, was a huge step for me. And it was a daunting one at first. I had a lot of different theories about a lot of different people and how they would react. And it was almost like I was scared to come out of my shell, being so open in school, being so talkative, letting people know that I might be an open book, but secretly I was very closed. I was very closed off. And for anybody listening right now that feels the same exact way, let me tell you that one, I am always an outlet. You can always hit me up on social media, Snapchat, Instagram, whatever you want. But it is a scary thing. And we have to really get to know each other better on a deeper level, not just, hey, how are you? Good, how are you? That's like the classic go back, so how are you really? Right. So we really have to start to ask those questions, pull people into a private room like this, call somebody, text somebody privately and just say, how are you really? Check up on them, so you never know what people have going on that are below the surface. I will get into more of the LGBTQ community talk later in our season here. But I just want to give you guys kind of a brief intro of everything that will be going on, because I'm a part of a lot of different communities. So it's going to be very interesting. So let's see here. Quarantine hits, right? And that was a huge thing for me. Now I'm going back to the gay thing for a second, but quarantine hits, and that was a time for me to self-reflect. Now I came out, I want to say my senior year of high school. Freshman year, sophomore year, junior year was not out. I was closeted. So when quarantine hit, I had a lot of time to think to myself, and I bet you guys did too, of how I was going to go about this, who I was going to tell, and was it comfortable for me to do so? I had some private party people help me through this that knew already, but then, coming out publicly, I actually did it on social media. Coming out publicly was a huge step in the right direction. It really, it showed me who people were and who could support me and who couldn't. And I think being vulnerable and putting yourself out there for everybody to see and saying who accepts me and who might not is probably the most powerful thing and most confident thing you could do. I was debating on doing it on social media for a long time. I was debating on, just keeping it private between friends and family or posting it on social media. And I thought to myself, maybe I could put it out there so somebody else could maybe tag onto this, maybe say, hey, I'm in the same boat. Can you please, teach me how to do this or what's going on? And I did have a few people come out to me and say that, so being vulnerable might actually be a benefit to somebody else. You never know. Being vulnerable is very uncomfortable, and getting comfortable with the uncomfortable is a huge thing, but you never know who you could be touching by opening yourself up like that. So that is a huge thing. And quarantine, again, I will be going over that later on, but that was a huge thing for me. A couple more attributes about myself is I am a Division I lacrosse player. I play lacrosse at St. Joe's University in Philadelphia. I also run two businesses. I run a clothing company called 5 Alpha Apparel. 5 Alpha is an acronym meaning ambition, leadership, perseverance, hard work, and action. And basically, we're an athletic company, but we also try to motivate people to get out in their dreams, go all out and get after it. And our mission statement almost is do it better. So do it better than the day before, do it better than somebody else, and continue to grind at that, whatever you would like to do, athletic or not. So we currently have an Instagram called 5 Alpha Apparel, if you would like to follow it. And then I also have an Instagram called Just Compliments, and I am the owner of that as well, hoping to make it into an app someday. But for right now, we are just, we're just on Instagram, and basically what we do is positivity challenges, kindness challenges, and I'll get into that later as well. But during my high school time, I would do, kindness challenges, random acts of kindness, stuff like that. And actually on the Instagram, what makes us different is we do a thing called, kindness counts, but make someone smile challenge. And so hashtag make somebody smile challenge is a challenge where a person can send someone a compliment directly to our page, and then we will post it anonymously for that person to see. So picture, Instagram, and description, and we'll post it for everybody to see, and it'll make their day. So if you're interested in that as well, please hit us up. Just Compliments Co on Instagram. Alrighty, let's see here. So we're going to talk about what this podcast is going to be entailing and what you guys are going to get out of this. So goals for each listener. We're going to find one thing that grounds you, and we're going to do this over a period of time. A quote, person, place, or thing. We're going to find something that you love and that you will repeat every single day. Put it on your door. I put a quote on my door. I got to find that quote right now, but I used to put it on my door. Do it better, obviously, but every single day during high school, I would have one quote on my door each month, and I would look at that quote until it was instilled into my mindset. So maybe try something like that. We're gonna find what you guys like soon, but we're gonna go over that later on. So let's see what else we have here. So in each of our podcasts, and you are part of this too, I want you to try to find one thing you will take with you each week. So we're going to find one thing that grounds you, yes, but we're going to find something that you can take on each week. So these podcast episodes, it could be weekly, it could be daily, we're going to see, but I want you to take something on different each week, and I want you to try to make yourself comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's the goal here. All right. So we're going to try to inspire and motivate you to do that. All right. So, and then third, a little goal here is start to surround yourself with successful people. So people that, you might consider successful in something that they're better at than you, or people that are just overall, you want to be like them. I want you to surround yourself with successful people. And we're going to help you do that on this podcast. We're going to talk about that. I have an episode coming up called 3 Habits of Resilient People. So I want to make you the leader of that group, but I also want you to put yourself into an atmosphere where you're looking to get better, right? So why am I doing this? Let's do that question also as a wrap up here for this podcast. So my one goal in life has been to touch one human life, creating a domino effect for multiple other individuals. But my main goal is to touch you, the podcast listener, one-on-one. I want to touch your life. And I also want you to reach out to me with your personal story, and let's talk about it and let's go over it. And I want to help you achieve those goals in the future. Now, this might sound a little ambitious, but if you reach out to me, I will get back to you, and we'll go over what you need to do, your own personal set of goals, and we'll blast you off into the future, because I am a college student, but I have been through a lot. So I would love to help anybody. If anybody's watching this, it's a high schooler or college person or grade school, whatever you guys are doing, reach out to me, and I want to make this happen for you. So again, obvious. I want to help others find that one thing that clicks, that one thing that you love to do. And you might be asking yourself, Carina, what is your one thing? Well, that is for later on in the podcast. But for right now, I want to help you guys. I want to help you guys find what ticks, what makes you tick. And obviously educating others who are struggling with the same effects. Obviously, struggling could come with being gay or being a Division I athlete, time management. How do I do this? How do I critique this? How do I tell this to somebody? We're going to talk about all of that. And we're going to talk about the college experience in particular, because I know a lot of you out there might be looking to play athletics in college, Division I, Division II, Division III. We're going to get into all of that. Right. So I want to make sure that I touch on everything. If you guys have something that you would love to talk about on the podcast, if you would love to be on the podcast, I would love to have you. So please reach out to me. My Instagram is @Carina Chieffalo. And I want to thank you guys so much for listening to this podcast. I know it was a little short, but we're going to get into a lot of stuff. And we're going to get into a lot of stuff this season and debrief a lot. So if you're interested, again, @Carina Chieffalo. And you could probably spell my last name on the YouTube here, but I want to thank you guys for listening today, and I hope everybody has a great day and continue to be your best self. Do it better. I'll see you guys soon. Have a good one.